what I do with them is that I ask them to remove all the evidence that support them thinking that way, which is I'm not good enough. Another step is to hunt for evidence to help them to solidify the thought that they are actually enough.
Irene Yu is your podcast host. She is the founder of Female Entrepreneur and Me, an online community that brings together mighty female entrepreneurs. If you are a content creator, provide a service online, are a coach or consultant, then this podcast is about you. We talk about mindsets, strategies, tactics, and share our stories.
Jocelyn is an online business coach. Today, we gather together here to talk about what are the main mindset issues that our early stage business owners who just started out constantly battle with, and how do we help them to move forward. We both have started several businesses before. I could not be more agreed with Jocelyn that you just have to keep doing, but don't quit just because of some failures in between. Also, moreover, we discussed the most common question that we were asked by our students all the time. It is what to focus when you just start out, especially when you have a full-time job. Today we have a solution for you. Let's dive in this episode.
Hello, Jocelyn. Welcome to Female Entrepreneur and Me. Could you please introduce yourself to our listener?
Hi, Irene. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be on this podcast. Hi, everyone. My name is Jocelyn. I'm an online business coach, and I help working women utilize their skills and strengths to build their online business while working in a 9-to-5. I focus heavily on mindset marketing and time/self-management in coaching with my clients.
So I would like to know, what is your story to bring you to become a coach?
So I've always wanted to start my business since I was young. And I've been experimenting with different businesses my entire life. But a lot of them ended up in failure, but it didn't really stop me from wanting to pursue entrepreneurship. So last year I decided to just combine the experience I learned from all these business I had in the past and the coaching skill I also learned to start a coaching business. So since then, I've never looked back.
What would you say all those failed experiences bring you to become a better coach right now? I think that would be a very interesting experience or story to share.
Yeah, definitely. I think it really, really strengthens my mindset, because I think a lot of people, when they fail something, they would just quit. They would just give up and they will not want to continue. They'll just get into the mindset, like mind drama in terms of things that they tell themselves, like they're not good enough, it's not the right time, there's not enough resources for them. But for me, I think it really helped me to see that I am so much better than this. I am capable of turning something that I failed in the past into something that I can actually succeed with, as long as I find my strengths and I find my skills. So those failures really give me a lot of experience and teach me a lot of lessons in helping me to succeed in my coaching business.
Okay, so now we talk about coaching business. What are most important things to focus starting your coaching business online when you have a full-time job? Yeah, because I'm also a business coach, but I'm actually didn't really have full-time job in the beginning. I already had my other business, but because they are all my business, so I could easily allocate my time how I want to do. So I was wondering how people manage to do when they have a full-time job. Do they wake up early, or do they sleep late, or they just have to say goodbye to a lot of activities, or how does it work?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there are a lot of side hustlers, actually. They're getting more and more side hustlers in the world. And I think everyone works differently. And you just really have to find a schedule that works for you. So for some people, they are early birds, so they're able to wake up early to work on your business. And for some people, they are night owls, so they are able to stay up late and work on your business. For me personally, I think time and energy management is something that is very, very important in helping me to focus on both my day job and my coaching business, especially in the beginning, in the early stage. Because in the early stage, when you're trying to build something up, it requires a lot of time and energy. So for me, it looks like I don't really spend too much time anymore on entertainment, right? Like I don't watch Netflix. Like I still watch Netflix, but I don't watch it as much as I did before. I cut down my social time, but I never ever sacrifice my sleep, because I know for me sleep is super important. I need a lot of sleep in order for me to function well on a day-to-day basis. So I never sacrifice my sleep. But for other people, you need to know what is the best time for you to work and just to optimize that time. So are you able to cut down the time in your 9 to 5? Are you able to take less work in your 9 to 5 so that you have more time and energy for your business, right? If it's something that you can do, then go ahead to do it, right? And it's really also setting the boundaries that matters a lot. If you have people who loves asking you for help or for advice or things like that, learn to say no to things that doesn't really matter to you anymore, right? So that you can preserve the time and energy to really focus on something that you really truly want. So I would say time and energy management is definitely the big one in this.
Totally. When people say time management all the time, I always say for me, it's about energy and priority management. It's not actual time management, I would say. It's more about energy and priority. But so let's talk about mindset block from your student, from people you see when they just start their coaching business, for example. What are the main mindset block that you run into, and how do you help them to solve?
I would say the biggest mindset block would be I'm not good enough. This is something that a lot of my clients and students experience. It's super common and it's so normal to feel that way when you're just first starting out, because it's something that's unfamiliar to you. So it's only natural to think that you're not good enough, especially when you are going into a niche or going into an industry where there are a lot of competition. There is a lot of competition going on. When you compare yourself to others, you will start feeling like an imposter. You will have a lot of imposter syndrome and you will feel like you're a fraud. So I think that is the biggest mindset block I got from my student a lot. In terms of how I help them with it is that I explain to them that it's always the mindset, right? It's always how we choose to think that affect our result. So what I do with them is that I ask them to remove all the evidence that support them thinking that way, which is I'm not good enough. Another step is to hunt for evidence to help them to solidify the thought that they are actually enough, right? So there's this two-step process. One is that you remove the evidence of those things that's been feeding your thought and your belief, and then the second step is to hunt for new evidence to tell yourself that you're enough. And of course, there are a lot of different ways and tools and exercise we do, like self-coaching model, like belief plan, like gratitude list, 100 reasons. All of these are different exercises I do with my clients and my students to help them overcome the mindset block. But I would say the main thing is really to reframe the mindset, to shift their mindset from being not good enough to being good enough.
Except for you're not good enough, is there any other second mindset block that you happen to see a lot?
Some other mindset blocks, I would say it's more to the external. They would oftentimes, some of them would blame the external circumstances. Mm-hmm. For example, I don't have enough resource, right? I don't have that much money to help me to grow my business. I don't have this. I don't have that. Like, it's like they are blaming all these external circumstances for them for the reason that they are not moving forward. But again, I think it's all ourselves. I think it's all our mindset and belief that's stopping us from moving forward. It's not the external resources. So always I would get them to come back and focus back on themselves and work on what they can do instead of what they can't control from the outside.
Do you need to use any extra, for example, like mindfulness or type of like meditation or something else to help them, or it's more about boosting their belief or telling them that you are good enough? How does it work for your student, or how does it work for your course?
So I always I'm a big advocate of doing what works for you, right? Because I myself I practice meditation every day. It's something that worked for me. It's something that worked well for me, but it doesn't mean that it's going to work for other people. And of course, I always recommend my students to practice meditation and to practice mindfulness in general. And for some people, it's a great tool for them. For some people, even though they have tried many times, they find out that it's not something that's been working well for them. So if it's something that worked for them, I would ask them to continue doing that. And really, I think incorporating some sort of spirituality into your daily life does really help a lot in terms of helping you to shift your mindset block.
Okay, so I would like to know a little bit more about your course, your one-on-one course. So could you tell us a little bit maybe your framework and what are the differences between your course with a lot of courses right now out there?
Yeah, so my signature one-on-one coaching program is called Create to Convert. It's a holistic program to help working women who want to build an online business. So I'm taking them from building their business from scratch, right? So from zero to when they are able to launch with confidence and better sign clients, make money. So the process I take them through, I really focus on simplicity a lot because there are tons of different strategies out there that people can learn to grow their business. But I know my clients, they are working women, they are busy with their 9 to 5. So I don't want them to learn like a tons of strategies to be able to succeed in building their online business. So definitely simplicity is something that is different about my program, is that I just focus on the thing that's the most important and that's it. And sometimes I even tell my clients, like, you don't really have to spend like the whole day to work on your business. For me, I spend only 1 hour or 2 hours per day on my business and maybe more on weekends or on my day off. And I'm still able to build a business on the side. So I am encouraging them and I'm showing them it's possible as well for them to just spend at least an hour on their business to work on their business so that they can build progress and then make progress and then just build their business from there.
Yeah, I think for people who just started out, they usually overcomplicate things. And so simplicity is definitely a very important key element. And just focus on some couple of things that are bring the most result. That would be probably the best. Okay, so if people want to get to know more about you, about your work, about your coaching, where can they find you online?
So I can be found on my Instagram. So Instagram is my jam. So you can find me on Instagram at jocelyn.heng, Heng. And you can come say hi to me anytime.
Cool. So thank you for Jocelyn joining us to our show today. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of people who just start out or just start out as a coach, can definitely learn a lot from today's episode. So thank you for coming to our show, and it's time to say goodbye to our listener.
All right. Thank you for having me, Irene. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
So now I would like to hear from you. What did you learn from this episode? What can you actually implement what you have learned today into your life or business? Not just thinking, but starting to take action. And also don't forget to go over on iTunes and leave us your review. Take a screenshot and share with @FemaleEntrepreneur Me. See you next English episode. Bye!